Hello, and welcome to Sitter's Baked Goods. Today we're going to be making lemon squares. This is a quick, easy recipe, and very tasty. So, let's get into it. To start this lemon squares, we're going to rub in our sugar, flour, and butter. We're going to be using the food processor today. This is very handy for a lot of your baking, for if you want to make your lemon squares, your pie dough, your tart dough, any shortbread. I have a review in the description below if you want to learn more about it. And if you'd like to support me, use my affiliates link to buy it. If you're not in Canada and can't buy it with the affiliates link, please support me with Patreon. But let's get into it. With the food processor, you don't have to worry about mixing the flour and sugar together first. It will naturally do that by itself. So just pour everything in and then put it onto your machine. Start with our sugar, then your flour, once you get your flour in, you can then put in your butter. Make sure it's cold butter and spread it out so that the machine can work nicer. Now we'll bring it over to the machine and turn it on. The cool thing about this specific one is for your pie doughs and your tart doughs, it has a scraper to make sure that once you put the liquid in, you can scrape all the things off the walls that are sticking, which makes it very useful for those things. So to get this started, we're just going to pulse it for a bit. And then you're done. That's how quick and easy and useful this tool is. That literally takes 2 seconds. You can then pour it into your bowl and all of it comes apart. Super easy to clean. Just be careful with the blades, you don't want to hurt yourself. Make sure you get all of that. 2 seconds and your dough is ready to go. Now this is even better for if you have large quantities and you have to make a whole bunch, because going like this for 20 lemon squares or 20 pies takes forever, and that machine will do it in just a few seconds. So we're gonna put 2/3 of the base in. The last third we'll put on the top. If you notice any big chunks, just break them up a bit. This is all good though. You don't have to really measure this, you just gotta make sure that you have enough for the base and enough for the topping. You don't even have to do the topping. The topping is more for shipping purposes and to make sure that it doesn't get damaged as easily. If you just do this as the base and put the curd on top, the curd gets damaged a lot and will look a lot uglier if you're not too careful. We'll keep this off to the side for after it comes out of the oven. And for this one, just press it into the corners, make sure it's nice and level. And there we are. We'll put this in the oven for 18 minutes, take it out, put our lemon curd on, then top it and put it back in for the remainder of the bake. So let's take this in the oven. Now that it's out of the oven, I'm just gonna weigh in our curd. If you want to be safe and not put your hot plate over your scale, you can just pour your curd into a bowl and then pour it on here to weigh it out. I just do it this way because I know my scale can handle it because it has this nice thick glass piece. But if yours can't handle it, don't force it to handle it. So we need 600. The other thing I forgot to mention is keep the topping in the fridge so that it's nice and cool before you put it in the oven again. You want that butter to be cold the more it's warm, the more it's going to spread out and become dense. You want this to be flaky. This is a great product to have in your bakery because it's very easy to make and very quick to make, especially if you have your prep done. If you have a whole bunch of these in the freezer, this takes you less than an hour to make. And if you have a big oven, you can do like 20 within an hour. Labor-wise, that's amazing. Speed-wise, it's amazing. If all of a sudden your customer comes in and is in a rush to get something, you can tell them, hey, can you wait 30 minutes and this will come out? Because most of the time you'll have everything ready to go and it'll just be bake time, which is 18 minutes and 30 minutes, so 48 minutes-ish, which isn't a huge deal if the customer comes in and you tell your employee immediately to get one of these in the oven. Once you're at this stage, you're just going to spread it out. Then finally, we're just going to top this and throw her in the oven. Make sure when you're topping that you make sure it's level and you're not putting too much in one spot. If the customer gets this piece over here and it's all crust and no lemon, they're not going to be happy and they're not going to come back. So make sure that you level this out nicely. Be careful when you put this on that you're not pushing it into the curd. The more this curd mixes with the flour, it dilutes the flavor, and all you're gonna get is that shortbread flavor, which is good, but this is supposed to be lemon squares. And if you can't taste the lemon, then what's the point of making them lemon squares? So make sure when you're spreading them out, you're not pushing down, you're just going side to side to make sure it's nice and level. Now, just gonna put this in the oven, 30 minutes, and it will be done. Just took it out, it's looking good. You look for the brown around the sides to know that it's done. We're gonna let this cool until I can lift it out. So about 5-10 minutes. Once I take it out, I'm gonna trim off the edges and then cut it into 16 pieces. So we'll come back when this is cooled down. Once you can lift it out, make sure you scrape the sides and then pull outwards like this to make sure that it doesn't break in half or anything. Once you get to this stage, you need to shave off the ends. This is perfect to taste test. Make sure you did it properly. And also for kids coming in, if the kids come in and they want little treats, you can give them a little bowl for free, little samplers. Or you can just give them to your employees. Make sure they're happy. Make sure you're just moving it around, making it easy on yourself. No need to make it hard on yourself. And then we're going to cut this into 16 pieces. If you're not comfortable getting the right size, if you're not comfortable with getting the right size, use a ruler if you want, anything like that. And always move things to be easier for you. I'm doing this in an awkward way just because I need you guys to be able to see, but that doesn't mean you have to work in a weird way like this. There we are. I'm just gonna set this up for some pictures, get ready for taste testing, and then I'll give you my feedback on how this is. Here's how it turned out. It's got a nice base to it, so it doesn't fall apart. The top is making sure that you can pick it up. No big issue. Powerful lemon taste, which is exactly what I want. With a very, very rich taste as well. This base and topping is very light, but very rich at the same time. It melts in your mouth and gives you a good complement with this lemon. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I even have my own website. Thank you, and have a nice day.